Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to eModels Live. This is Ted at the bench, and also with me again tonight is my good friend, the man himself, the intergalactic fighter pilot, the amazing Fox Wolf.
Hello from the 1970s, although I haven't got the shirt on tonight. I've only got two bad shirts, and I can't keep wearing the same two bad shirts all the time. So.
Well, okay. What we're going to do tonight? Well, once again, we haven't a clue what we're going to do tonight.
Because never planned it.
We never plan it that way. It just comes as you get it. It's live, uncut. All the bugs and things that go wrong. But yeah, right. Right. We see we've already got one or two people joining us this evening. So good evening to you, and as soon as we can find a way to chat to you again, we'll be there. So what we're going to do, well, we are going to do a few things tonight. One is that we're going to have a look at what's in store. We're also going to do the great eModels mug giveaway. Get one. If you haven't got one, get one.
Coffee not included, because that's mine.
Coffee not included.
Get off.
Yeah.
Mine.
Yeah, you have to get your own Stroop waffles as well.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. So that is us. Right, who
is it? The 10th of April today, Ted?
It's the 10th of April.
Okay, I think I'm on the right place then for the comments.
I think I'm on the right page as well. Whatever's left of it. Right, so the first one in we've got this evening is Mike Mountain. Welcome again, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
I
think I'm in the chat. I don't want to jinx it, but I may have got into the chat dead quick this time.
Yeah, I've got into it straight away as well.
Mein Gott in Himmel. I've done it. I've not broken the internet.
Just they're talking too fast now, so we can't see what they're saying.
Wow, good God, there's a whole page of...
Yeah, everybody's going... hello to everybody. I see Adam's in.
Hey, Adam.
Model making. Hi, Adam. Welcome to you. Chris Henderson, hi Chris. I will get your sticker out to you. I must apologise to the sticker winners from last week. I haven't had the opportunity to send them out yet because
Ted.
Well, it's one of these things that you go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning and you come back at 6 o'clock at night and the shops are shut. And the only day I've had off that was possible to get a stamp was Sunday. And obviously everywhere's shut on a Sunday, so I promise I will get the stickers out to you.
Can I just email him the sticker?
Yeah, I can email them, couldn't I? They'll cut their own out.
Can I just break the internet then?
Yeah, I can email you. I'll email you a sticker. You cut your own out, put some glue on the back, and you've got your own sticker. How about that?
Yeah.
Yes. Right, who else have we got in?
Paul Stewart says I have the comments, portable styling. Paul Stewart says he already misses the view up Tony's right nostril from last week.
Yeah, we haven't heard anything from Tony yet. He may be able to join us later on, but if not, hi Tony, if you're out there in the tube land somewhere. Right, who are Flash Models? Hello to you.
Hey Flash, we have one of the many Phils. Phil East is in.
Yeah,
one of many Phils. Or is it many Pauls? I can't remember. Is it Pauls or Phils we have a lot of?
I remember seeing a film about that once. Yeah, Alan Kelly, we have gone live, yeah, and we got it right. We didn't have any sort of sitting around looking at the screen this week.
I know, look at me, I'm in comments already. I mean, within a minute. We've perfected our technique and reduced the incompetence to normal levels of incompetence rather than professional levels of incompetence.
Yeah, we're actually got, we're into double figures now for watchers, so... Don't see anything. Yeah, we'll try and keep that. Shut the door behind them as they come in, and we won't let them out.
Just remember, if you are watching on the eModels website, you can shop and browse products when we go through them later, if you want to. However, if you want to join in the chat, just click on the little YouTube icon in the bottom of the player, and that'll bring you to the YouTube stream.
Down here somewhere, I think.
Yeah, down there somewhere.
Yeah.
Here, where my finger is wiggling, and that will take you to YouTube to watch it, and the chat's on there.
Yeah.
But if you're not joining in the chat, it's just as well. Welcome.
Yeah, just browse away and tell us what. Yeah.
Run Max in.
I was going to say you could tell us what you bought if you were browsing the site, but
yeah,
you couldn't if you're in the chat. If you're not in the chat. All right. So what have we been doing this week? What have you been up to, Fox?
Well, you know how like the last couple of weeks have been a bit rubbish because we had workmen in the house and I couldn't really do any filming. Well, that's been done now, but now we've got the neighbours doing all the building, and I can't film because of the drilling and the cutting and the noising, and so my productivity has been like, I was hoping to get some more of the transit done today, but with the drilling, they've had the garden done and the house built, and so I can't film because it actually picks up on my microphone. So yeah, I've done a bit more on the bear guy.
Oh, looking good.
Which is my little Metal Gear bear guy, which was a competition winner. That'll be going off to the winner. As I said last time, it did come out looking like Will and Norm from Tested.com, which is really weird. But other than that, I've not really been able to do much because of the noise. Because I can't do anything on the transit without filming it, and I can't do any filming because of all the drilling and noise. So, and like I say, my microphone does pick it up. So I've had to really kind of just play on the Xbox a bit this week, last few days. I haven't been up to anything else. It's a hardship. I don't know, man.
Yeah, well, somebody's going to play the Xbox. Somebody's going to use it.
And I've been playing Destiny, and I'm really wishing that somebody would bring out model kits of some of the ships from Destiny. There are little resin ones you can get, but I wish somebody would bring out Destiny model kits of the ships. They look kind of cool.
You'll have to start scratch building, Fox.
No. I want my Phaeton class ship in a big scale model. What about you, Tedward? What have you been doing?
Well, I've sort of got the officers' quarters finished, and you may see the little guy sort of sat in there now, reading his little book. I put him in. He's the first crewman to actually be solidly fixed into the ship. There's a little bit more.
It looks like he's reading the news. Hello, and welcome to the news.
He's just waiting for his next signal to come through before they go on the next patrol. So I got that sort of finished. There's still little bits and pieces to do on it, but I've also started now. Dropped it all over. I've started the control room section, which consists of this little thing. Now then, if anybody out there in if anybody out there in Videoland knows what that is, it's a part of the control room. I tend to think it's something to do with maybe the oxygen, something like that, the breathing air. I don't know.
It looks like a boiler, doesn't it? Like you could pull the round bit off the side, you could pull it off and shovel some coal in.
It looks like something that you'd find in for creating your hot water in your house. No, it might be.
I'm sure when I was in the civil service, the tea lady had one of those, and that's where my cup of tea came from every morning.
Yeah, it might be just something as simple as that. And but if it was for making water, it's in a bit of a strange place. So
Tony Black says hot water tank. Lol.
Yeah.
Ron Mack says it looks like a tea urn.
Yeah, it does look like a tea urn, or some sort of strange sort of. It's like something you find on Doctor Who, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, hopefully by the end of this evening, we'll find out what it is. I will be able to tell you all.
Yes. Of course, if somebody tells us what it is, we won't know if they're right or wrong, so we'll just accept it.
Yeah. If somebody's got a good imagination, they can make it up and we'll believe them totally.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing. I'm starting on the control room. So I'm really getting to the stage now where it's just a matter, because you've seen everything going together in the other two sections, it's basically sort of repeating yourself now and just gluing things together. What I want to make it a bit more informative than just gluing bits of plastic together for you. So I'm trying to think of extra ways to do things. I may look at sort of doing some scratch building on extra detail in the control room, putting some maps and books and sort of paraphernalia about there. I'll do some of that, I think.
You've got to build all your junk and fruit and fruit sacks and bags and nets hanging and things, haven't you?
I'm just looking at the chat, and do you know, once again, somebody has preempted what we're going to talk about tonight. Ron Mack is talking about the 135 Scammell Pioneer.
Have they done it again?
They've done it again.
Have they done it again? We go to all the trouble to carefully curate the things we're going to show, and people say, I'm going to get this. Wow, how do you do it? Are you guys all telepathetic or something?
Yeah, they do it every week.
I know.
Well, that's brilliant. Well, I'm going to talk. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll have a look at sort of putting some paraphernalia around the control room and sort of put some extra detail, and we'll look at building some of that. Hopefully.
Yes. Alan Kelly asks if the live stream has started yet. and you wear a Ted and Fox. Alan, there aren't 3 X's in eModels. You're on the wrong channel. Maybe the wrong website.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, put your clothes back on, Foxes. Yeah.
Don't inflict people with family show.
Yeah, Jeff Longman says they are telepathic.
Telepathic. You went to New Zealand then? Oh no.
Right. Oh, yeah. So that's what I've been doing, and once more, there's lots more figures to build, and I will be sending Fox a set of figures.
Yay!
So they can. And also we have a little secret.
And I destroyed the negatives. Trust me.
Talking about figures, I just wondered if I should share with them our little secret for the U-boat build.
Oh, I don't know. Do you want to do that, or do you want to do it in the final video? I don't know. It's your call, Tedward.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, I'll leave it. Yeah, you got to watch the video.
You've teased them now, though.
Yeah, you got to watch the video for our little secret, our little Easter egg, as you could say. I suppose you could call it an Easter egg that I'll be putting into the U-boat. Just so that all you out there in eModels land will be able to spot it. Yeah, thanks. Right.
In fact, I think maybe you should show them because we've teased them now for like 5 minutes.
Should I?
Yeah,
right.
I think you should. You can't say I've got something to show you, but I'm not going to show you. Bye. It's a bit
right.
cruel.
All right then. Right. We have here in this little section. I don't know if it'll actually show up, but I hope it will. We have here in the section here. We have the radio operator reading his paper-backed book. He could be reading his charts. He could be reading his codes. I don't know if you can quite. Yeah, just so if you can see it in there, he's got his little book with him. He's reading a book. Now remember this guy.
Because that was a scratch built book. It should be able.
Scratch built book. Now remember this guy who we saw a little while ago, and he was sort of one of the first guys who painted. Now he is reading his iPhone. So he'll be sat on the U-boat reading his text messages on his iPhone. I don't know if you can quite make it out. So
that is phenomenal.
Yeah, but only you guys will know that. So if you ever see this model around, when it goes back to eModels, if you want to go and have a look, I'll try to keep you focused. If you want to go and have a look for it, and you can point it out, he'll see him in there. That can't be right. He's got an iPhone.
Yeah, the iPhone's in the war.
An iPhone's in war. No wonder they knew where all the convoys were.
That's why the Germans lost. They had Apple.
So that's a little bit of touch of fun. There may be another one. There may be a couple more coming along.
That's brilliant, that Ted. It's just a real shame you couldn't fit him in the actual Puppenhausen, because that would have been great. If you got him in the toilet.
He was just too wide just to get him in the toilet. Somebody did send a message saying, why didn't I use a smaller scale figure? It's a little bit late to get him in there now, but yeah, we'll look at that. So we'll do something else as we go along. I'll do something else, another Easter egg inside the submarine somewhere. Just a bit of fun, just to add a bit of lightheartedness to it. We can't
Adam from Enigma Model Making says they lost the war because they were busy playing Pokemon Go on their phones.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Catching Pokemon.
Yeah, where else are you going to get your watertight Pokemon apart from in a U-boat at the bottom of the Atlantic?
Yeah. So that's that. Right, yeah. Tony Black says he's got a mug from eModels, and he says thanks for the tip about the free postage of the mug. He got himself one. So if you want an eModels mug and you don't get you don't win it tonight, or you win the giveaway, we will have a giveaway of the mug later on. You can go to the eModels website. Just on the website search mug, one of these will come up, and then if you click on pay in store, they will send the mug out to you free of charge.
Yeah.
So you can join us and have a drink with us.
Yes.
So
well, they could buy a load of models and maybe put a note on there saying, "Can you include a cup?"
Yeah. Can you drop a mug in as well? Yeah. And you can also get your sticker as well.
Yeah.
Get a sticker dropped in there as well. So that's that.
Paul Stewart wants to know: is your little man reading his book in the radio room? Is he reading 50 Shades of Starship Filth?
Yeah. Now then, It might be. I was going to try and make it an eModels catalogue, but they only have an electronic catalogue, so that's probably what this guy's looking at. He's probably got the eModels on his phone.
Yeah. He's there placing his order for his free mug.
Placing his order for his free mug. So that's what he's doing. I think that's an idea, actually. There may be a little poster up somewhere, a little poster with an eModels logo on it.
Yeah. Well, you know the old story about you might not know because it's sci-fi, but when they made Star Wars, the first ship you see in Star Wars, the blockade runner, the actual filming model of that had a window on the front. Inside was a basic rudimentary cockpit because you never see it on camera, and inside the cockpit on the wall at the back was a Star Wars poster, even though it's a ship in Star Wars.
Oh, right.
So there's precedent for that.
So everybody does it, yeah, even the big guys. Yeah, I'll be up there with them soon. Yeah. So, well, who else have we got in tonight? Right, hang on, where's the 4? Yeah, right, we've got Ron Mack, Paul Stewart, says he's reading 50 Shades of Phil, TK, hi TK, Enigma Model, Tony Black.
TK says, what if he gets 2 wheelbarrows?
Oh, right, what if you get 2 wheelbarrows? You'll have to photocopy your eModel sticker. Yeah, or write to them.
Yes.
Yeah. Send them a Paul Stewart says, nah, it wasn't a Star Wars poster, it was a Pretty Lady poster.
I'm sure there was because it was a before Star Wars came out, there was some early poster art. I'm sure there was one of Star Wars. Maybe there were 2, but there were some Easter eggs in there anyway.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think it'd be quite good fun just to make something like that.
Yeah, Rusting Customs Models says hello.
Yep, Road Hobby Corner says good evening, everybody.
Hey, Benoit.
Yep, nice to see you again.
Ted, I'm going to have to ask you about the Lamborghini behind you.
The Lamborghini, have you?
Because it's not often we see sporty cars on your workbench.
Ah, right. Yeah. Well, you don't see these very often. It's actually holding my wad of tissues down for cleaning things. This is an Airfix kit. If you haven't seen these before, this is a cracking little kit from Airfix, and it was built by my 6-year-old granddaughter Skylar. It's a quick build Airfix kit. I find the box for it.
These are the ones that are basically like kind of Lego, aren't they? Like
they
cool
are.
Lego.
This is it.
They're an awesome idea.
Yeah, they're brilliant. Easter holidays coming up. Get your kids one of these. Keep them occupied. And you can. They do have a play value with them. They're not just sort of to look at. They do have a play value with them. And if they spashing them up, bits come off. Let's just pull a bit off here. Bits come off. It's like Lego, and it just clips back together. I know that eModels do have some of these in stock, and they're really cheap.
You have to give the guys at Airfix credit, because for so long they've been just like, we'll do planes and tanks and traditional stuff. So someone there at Airfix, maybe of a younger age, has sat there and thought, hey, Lego don't own the patent on their interlocking peg thing technology anymore, so anybody can make Lego-like stuff. We should probably get into that, but we could make it so it looks really cool. So that's quite a good call on Airfix's part there, I think. Yeah, even they're getting all modern and everything.
Even the decals, the self-stick decals, they're not water slide or anything like that, but they're the self-stick, and they're really good quality. And if you've got a young lad, even a young lass, get something together like that, and they've got a fantastic one at the moment. They've got a VW camper. It's brilliant. I'm going to get Skylar doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to get off to eModels and get one of these, get the camper van. We'll probably build that over the Easter holidays. But it's a fantastic little kit, brilliant. You just go together. So that's that. And I suppose if you built it yourself, if you did the Spitfire or the Messerschmitt or the helicopter or anything like that, nothing wrong with a bit of paint and weather.
Yeah. The thing is that it's those kind of things that make perfect little sort of test mules for painting and stuff. So even if you're a hardcore modeler like us lot, there's no harm in getting one of them because they look pretty cool. But then you've got a kit that took you 5 minutes to make, so you can have fun trying to paint it and try out new techniques. So just fun all around, basically.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, you could be doing your thing on one side of the bench, and the kids could be doing something on the other side. Excuse me, I'll just get rid of this box. Doing something on the other side, and there you go.
Kev Lawson's in.
Yep, even Kev. Who else has come in? Yep, he has got a squeaky wheel somewhere. I think Skylar pointed that out.
Jeff Longman says he just posted a photo up in a specific place of both the Star Wars poster and the pinup, so we were both right.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that later.
We were both right.
Yeah. Chris Williams says shark mouth. Yeah.
Shark mouth.
Yeah, with the shark mouth.
Yeah.
Yes, could do that. Right. Where else are we up to? If
just on an aside for that, Ted. Just sorry to interrupt you. I went to the shops today and I parked outside the shops. Viewers might not know my car actually has the shark mouth on it, because that's what I'm basing the transit on. So I'm sat in the car and this young kid walks past his dad, and all I can hear was, "Dad, look at that car! Look at that car! Dad, look at that car!" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, shark mouth, man." Ultra cool.
Yeah,
everything should have a shark mouth.
Yeah. Come on, son, step away from the car.
Yeah, me and A10 Warthogs, we know what we're doing.
Right. If you guys out there have any questions in your minds for us, please send them in. I'm trying to find this week's question. Once again, I've lost it. My battery and my phone is about to die, so I better plug it back in.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we do have. I know we had a message about. I won't find it in a minute. Keep talking, folks. I'll find them in the email.
Yeah, okay. Well, shall I do the? Are we doing the questions already, or shall I do this question for the sticker? Because I know what that question is.
Yeah, go on. Do the sticker question.
Okay, we'll do a sticker. This is for your free eModels sticker. As we've said before, if you've won one in the last few weeks, obviously we'll try and, if you win again, we'll try and give it to someone else, so everybody gets a chance. Here's my super complicated question, so Google fingers at the ready. This will require quite a lot of research, and we'll ask you it now, and you might need to come back to us by the end of the show. So, obviously, I'm building the eagle at some point. So, here the question is, what year was Space 1999 set in? Go.
Go. Yeah. I need to keep an eye on
This is going to be the fastest finger.
Yeah.
If any of you Google it, obviously we will all point and laugh. I'm waiting. Yeah, there you go. Alan Kelly straight away. 1999. 1985. Paul Stewart, you spoon. TK says £6.95.
Yeah, you can see the ones that are coming now that have Googled it, can't you? Because it took them so long.
Yeah. So Alan Kelly, brilliant. If you send your details to ted@emodels.co.uk.
That's it there.
ted@emodels.co.uk. Send him an email saying, Ted, give us me sticker.
Yeah,
and obviously include your address.
Yep. And if you do have any models that are ongoing, put the sticker next to it. Send us a picture. The same the same terms and conditions apply to when you win the mug. When you win your mug, Winnebago.
What?
We need a picture of the said mug with you. I was gonna, yeah, okay. We need a picture of the mug.
Like this.
Mug, to eModels.
If you can do a sweet hat as well, that's even better. That's
right. Okay. That's that one out of the way.
How complicated was that question? That took me hours to think of that one. I had to do research and everything.
I know, and still some people got it wrong.
See, I like the fact there was this. I asked it, and then there was a pause, and everybody's going, "Wait, is he really just asked that?"
Yeah, it could have been a trick question.
Yeah.
Right, question for this evening. I've just lost it again. Question from this evening is from Alan Kelly. Greetings, Ted and Fox. Here's my question. How do I stop paint going behind my masking tape, even though I have made sure the tape is fully sealed to Tamiya tape and using very thin coats, either by brush or airbrush? Right, good question. Right, I've come across this before, and one of the tips I've learned about it is that, let's say, for sake, the first coat of paint that's on is black, and then you put your masking tape on, and make sure the edges are rubbed down, which I'm sure you're doing, and then the next coat of paint, your next coat of paint that you're going to paint over is black. It's the same coat as your undercoat. That then will form a seal along your tape, let that dry, and then paint your next colour of paint on, and hopefully that should stop the paint seeping underneath. Have you any other ideas of that, folks?
Yep. The other things I would say are you can do the same thing with varnishes. If you apply a matte or gloss varnish, it seals the edge. Like Ted said, the most important thing is put your tape down and just burnish the edge so it's really flush. And if you've got the tape going over a structure or something like that, just get a cocktail stick and just make sure you really rub it along to get that edge down. Now the two tricks with the masking tape are: don't brush, don't mask and brush. It's just not going to end well. If you're brushing paint, if you must brush over masking tape, if that's your tape there and this is your brush, don't go like this with the brush. You always go from the tape down, because if you take your brush and try and go in that way, you're pushing paint under the tape. You want to go from the tape and over so the paint has less chance to get underneath. And if you're airbrushing, another good rule of thumb is never point the airbrush, so there's your tape again, never point the airbrush at the tape, because again you're forcing the paint out the airbrush at high pressure and it's going zoom under the tape. Always do it from above, or from either that way. If you want to paint here and your tape's here, paint over the tape so the paint goes over the corner, or paint from directly above so it's not pushed under the tape. It's basically trying to avoid stuff being pushed under the tape. But if you do what Ted says and actually do your base coat and then mask over and then the base coat again and light coat, that will actually negate a lot of that. But it's always worth following the other practices just in case, because there may be, like I say, if it goes over corners or curves, there may be bits it doesn't catch and there'll be gaps. So never paint towards the tape, always paint from the tape that way to where you want to paint. Does that make sense? Did I explain that well?
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah,
yeah. But don't try not to brush, because brushing with masking it never ends well.
Yeah, I would probably think that the most likely places that you are getting paint bleed under is when you're going around curves and corners, when the tape's just very, very lightly lifting. You really need to press it down, even just tearing it and put it down, tear it, put it down, and then burnish it all down. And particularly if you're going over panel lines and things like that, you've got to really work it. As I think we said it last week, it's 2 hours masking and 5 minutes painting. You've really got to take your time on that.
If you're trying to paint something, so let's say you've got a panel here and there's another panel here and there is a panel line here and you want to paint this panel a particular colour, put your tape in the panel line right against the edge and then just burnish it down with the cocktail stick, and that way it's in the panel line. And then if you're doing any kind of panel line wash later on, if you do get any little bits of bleed through, your panel lining wash or whatever you use to fill the panel line will actually hide that rough edge. One other handy trick as well, if you are doing a curved shape, not necessarily curved over a 3D curve, but like you're trying to do a piece of tape that goes round like that, masking tape doesn't bend. Get yourself some, this is 3M fine line or panel lining tape, but there's loads of different versions. It's basically very thin, if I can get it off. Oh, I can't find my end, Ted.
While you're looking for that,
there you go.
TK said, has asked a question, and we'll answer that in a moment, TK.
Okay. It's very fine vinyl tape, and the beauty of fine line tape is you can bend it. It's designed for people with pinstripe cars. You can basically put it on a surface and pull it round like that. So if you want to mask, say, a curved shape, like let's say you're painting the pattern on the top of a land speeder, for example, because I've had to do that, you can push it around. So if you're doing a curve, do it with some fine line tape first and then build up the other masking tape on top of the fine line tape so you get the nice crisp curve. There you go. Fine line tape.
Excellent. I hope that answered the question. If not, drop us a line and we'll try again.
Yep.
Back to TK's question. He said he got drowned out before when we were all talking about something else. He asks if there is any interest, or when will there be I'll start again.
Do you want to come back in again, Ted?
Yeah, I'm just wearing these teeth in for the dog. He says, will there be a boom hook group build, and what will it be? That's an interesting question. If people out there are interested in a group build, maybe if you're a member of the boom hook, which is a Facebook page, have a discussion amongst yourselves about what you'd like to build.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'd like to take part in a group build, but I'm really busy with this sort of thing.
Yeah, you kind of got that thing to build, and I've got the eagle to build.
So, yeah, if there's enough interest out there, you guys get yourselves together and you can certainly sort of spread it out.
Yeah, Facebook.com/groups/model boom hut.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a little bit of discussion in the chat about that, about what people want to build.
Yamato group build.
Yeah.
TK says, somebody said helicopters, and TK says helicopters are Tessuck, and I agree. Helicopters are the worst things to build. You've got to be a real skill to do that.
Yeah, I was just before we came on tonight. I don't know if anybody has caught on Channel 4. If you're in the UK, or if you're not in the UK, you may be able to pick it up on the interweb. There's a program called Warship, HMS Ocean, and there's lots of helicopters on that. So if you're a helicopter fan, well worth watching. Channel 4.
Wait, somebody called the warship HMS Ocean.
HMS
was
Ocean.
Was that like a Bring Your Child to Work day at the naming department?
Yeah, it's built here in Barrow. I escorted it out myself. Well, not just me and one or two others.
You pulled it out with a big rope. Come on, lads, push! I'm pulling you. Push.
It from Wally Channel out to sea.
They really called it HMS Ocean. Wow.
HMS Ocean, HMS Bulwark, two ships. Right. So, where the next question is from Scruffy Pup. He's attempting the Mini Art SU85 SSPG with interior purchase from eModels. Well done, that man.
Good man, good man. We like him for a reason.
Yeah, I'm finding that a number of small parts which represent pipework are connected to the sprue in multiple places with some relatively large connection points. Any suggestions on how to remove these small pieces from the sprue, especially when they're about 1 millimeter diameter or less? You know, I feel your pain there.
I hate that.
And how to clean these small parts without damaging them and to maintain their round shape, as they're too flimsy to file. Yeah, I feel your pain with that one, and I think I might have some bits and pieces to hand. Let's have a look. Yeah, these are really a bit big, but I think the idea he's talking about is things like this. Where you've got quite flimsy pieces of pipework. These are a little bit thicker than 1 mil. There's one there. What I would do, pointy stick. First appearance of pointy stick in a live stream. What I would do, instead of cutting the sprue, instead of cutting it off right at the part, cut it further up, about here somewhere, and cut it further up there, and that way you get the part off with still part of the sprue attached to it, sort of and then you cut it off on your bench. I think that the small size of being just 1 millimeter thick or really thin, scrape it off with your knife. I'll tell you what, if I can find my knife. There we are.
You're going to do it live on telly, Kev?
Yeah. I think I know where that piece is going to go. So we can cut that piece off there with your sprue cutters. We'll have a look at some sprue cutters as well later. Just cut it off further up. So when you cut it off, you've still got that little nub on there.
Nubs.
Nubs, and we all know about nubs.
Yeah,
and then it's just a case of just trying to carve them off. It's a little bit difficult to do it here, but just trying to carve them off as that without cutting my fingers off. Gone. And then you could just scrape it away. Just scrape, don't file, just use the edge of your knife just to scrape it away, and that should hopefully solve the problem of you're bending them and things like that. Yeah, but I feel your pain. I've been there lots of times. Lots of tiny parts
tubes
that come off with great nubs. But as maintaining the round shape and that sort of size, I wouldn't worry about it too much, because you know if you file a flat on it, don't worry. But just try using a knife just to scrape the nub off.
Yeah.
That's all.
If you, I found, because I had the same thing when I did the Fine Molds 172nd Millennium Falcon, which is now the Revell Master Series Millennium Falcon. You have lots of tubes on that, obs. And I found the best thing on there was exactly what you said, cut it far from the sprue. But if I did need to file anything down, I found, bizarrely, although I never normally use them, a metal file was actually a lot easier to use, because if you're using a sanding sponge, you have to press down and it makes the tube go like that when you're trying to sponge it, so you might snap it. If you use a metal file, very, very gently with no pressure, just run it along. If you have to file, it actually cuts the plastic away with a lot less pressure from you. You don't have to press down. So if you do need to file it, just get yourself a little metal file, like one of these ones I haven't got to hand because they're in a drawer. That's in a drawer, but little metal, modelling file or rasp, and it just means if you do need to sand anything or file anything, it just gets it away without you having to press down too much. But just be very careful. If it's a big long piece like that and it's bending and flexing, you might be safe doing it on the bench and not filing it.
Ben Wire, Road Hobby Corner there, says that if you've got a part that's got a mould line on and it's still on the sprue, it's sometimes easier to just work the mould line off before you cut it off the sprue, and that's when it's got the support, and get it out that way.
But taking paint to mind as well, with a lot of tubes and pipes and things, are you actually going to see A, the mould line, or B, the nub? Think about it, because sometimes it might be like it's going to be a real pain to try and get that off, but you're never going to see that because it goes into this bit here and then there's something else in front and you can't see it, so I don't need to worry about it. Save yourself the hassle. So things like that, plan ahead and just say, are you going to see that? No? Fine, I don't need to risk breaking it then. But if you do break any, they're actually really stick back together with Tamiya extra thin. I learned that from building that Millennium Falcon as well.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's the easy way to do. So don't worry too much about it. And something like that, if it is so thin, 1 millimeter, things like that, if you do break it, just make another one out of some stretch sprue. Just make your own replacements.
Battle damage.
Battle damage. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just paint it different.
Doesn't really apply if you're building like a tractor or something, I know, but yeah, it's battle damage on a tractor.
Yeah. Right. Any more questions, please, and send them through to us. But in the meantime, I think what we'll do now, because somebody's already blown up one of our secrets, we might as well go and have a look at what's in store, shall we?
Yeah.
Right. Let's see what's
Don't forget to do it so I can talk, Ted. I need to remind you.
I'm going to try and do it now.
Yeah, press a button.
Stick that on me there. Then I'm going to share the screen share, and share that.
Stand by for Infinity Portal.
Infinity Portal. The first one we looked at, we're going to look at tonight, is new in store. It's the Sabre Models 135 Railway Schwergen Platform Wagon.
Schwere Plattformwagen, yeah.
Yeah, your German pronunciation is much better than mine. I think, there it is. There's a picture of it there with a tank on it. And I think this, when I saw this as an email from eModels, or a post from eModels on the Facebook page today, I thought, that's fantastic. The tank's not included, as it says there. The tank's not included, but I think it would make a fantastic sort of desktop display. This, just one of these, nicely weathered up with a nice tank on the top. Sort of, your tank could be crisp and clean and all shiny and being delivered from the factory to the front, and your wagon could be all weathered up. I'm not sure if the railway tracks and sleepers come with it. I'd like to show it on the box. I'm not sure, but I think it could be a stunning little diorama just on its own there, just on a plinth, just on the bench.
That looks awesome, because it's like a really fun way to make a diorama, like you say. It's just makes it interesting. Just totally something just different, just weather the truck up. Some of you, I'm sure, are railway buffs out there, and you could make a stunning little diorama out of that. So, Roadie Hobby Corner, the Oak Boy says you will need transport tracks. Does it come with tracks? I don't know if it could.
I know what it means. Yeah, the tank there were fitted with. I think they were narrower tracks, weren't they?
Yeah.
For transport tracks. Yeah. I think that's right, Chris. Yeah, so they would fit on the wagon because the wider tracks wouldn't fit. Yeah, but when I saw that, I thought, outstanding.
Yeah. I don't think most people would notice if you didn't put transport tracks on the tanks that it was. Most people wouldn't notice that it had the wrong tracks on. I wouldn't have known. So.
Right. The next one. Oh no, I've got the wrong page.
Yes, eModels have Google in stock. They bought Google.
Yeah. This has been out for a little while now, but it's a nice one. And I thought I would do it in honour of TK, who keeps asking, "Can you show us any aircraft?" So here we have the Tamiya de Havilland Mosquito, the FB Mark 6. I've seen this one built up at Telford, and it's a cracking little model. Yeah, people are really raving about this one. I think it's a new one out to me, but builds up into a really nice kit. Something I've looked at, and people have said, "Are you going to build the Mosquito?" I thought about it, and yes, it's a nice kit, but being a wooden aircraft, it doesn't have many panel lines, so it's leaving sort of the extra details.
Would it? Because it was material and wood, wasn't it? It wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't metal plate. It was actually fabric.
Yeah, wooden fabric, built by carpenters that before the war were building cupboards and wardrobes and beds.
So one wonders then, because I've never actually been looked closer to model of a Mosquito. Did they build it with the fabric texture on it? That's a question. And if it didn't, how would you apply? How would you make? Is there a way to make that? I wonder.
I don't know. Maybe some of our watchers can answer that one. Tony Black says they used furniture workshops, and yeah, quite rightly, there were no rivets on it either. So it's really a plain skinned aircraft. So you've not got any panel line detail or anything like that, which to me it could be a little bit bland. But everybody to their own.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was canvas, perhaps, wasn't it? Probably.
Yeah, so that's that one. It's in stock, 24.75.
To me, always a winner.
Always a winner. Always good stuff.
Yeah.
Right, next one. What have we got here? Something else. Maybe go along with the diorama that we've just talked about. With the not particularly these, but these are World War II British uniform colour sets from AK. Now I've one or two of these sets, but not for uniforms, but for the German armour, and they're apparently researched pretty well by AK, especially formulated for the decoration of figures with uniforms in the Second World War by the British Army. Lots of questions I see on the forums and Facebooks about what's the right colour uniform for such and such. What's the right colour uniform for the 2nd Grenadier Guards in the second half of the war? These colours have generally been researched much better than we could ever do. These guys have gone out and done it, and everything there is in the box.
I have a confession, Ted.
Yeah.
I was about to grab my mouse and scroll up to look at the picture. I know it's not on my browser, but when your brain stops. I was like, I need to look at the picture, and I was about to scroll up on my mouse and was like, no, wait, it's not on my screen.
But all the colours are in there. And as you see, there's not only them, but let's see if we can click on a few of these. It's not coming up. Yeah, it's Israeli Defence Force. Yeah, they've got those colours as well. What are these colours? Woodland and Fleckton camouflages.
Fleckton.
Oh, right. Yeah, not exactly the easiest things to paint is camouflage uniforms.
Is that modern or is that's modern?
That's a modern one. Yeah, so they're great little sets. Excellent. Yeah, and the AK paints are brilliant in themselves. Modern Desert they look to me American. Fused with UK, British and Russian in the desert theatres, and you'll find all the necessary paints for the camouflages. So that's all of them there. And there was another one. Let me see if I can find it. Let's go here. This is how easy. New arrivals. Just wait for the. Where's it gone? Nope, it's not on there.
I just had a brilliant idea. Now you might not get this, Ted, but gamers in the audience will. I just had a brilliant idea to make a diorama, a modern diorama with modern soldiers, and basically build the diorama and not put any figures in it, and just call it Call of Duty Campers.
Oh, yeah.
Because people just camp and hide in the bushes and wait for people to come out of doorways, so you wouldn't have to build any figures for that. That sounded great in my brain. I'll shut up now.
This was the one that somebody was talking about earlier on in the chat. It's the IBG Models 135 Scamel Pioneer heavy breakdown tractor. Now, there were hundreds, if not thousands, of these built throughout the war and after it, and some of them are actually still running about on the roads, earning themselves a living at the moment. They are indestructible. I'm glad this one's come out, because I had a very good friend who was an avid collector of Scamel Pioneer heavy tractors, and he was a collector not of models but of the real thing.
Wow.
Unfortunately, he suddenly passed away, and something like this I'd really like to build in his memory, really, because he would have been thrilled to see a model of his favorite vehicle. Yeah, it's quite touching, really, when I saw this one on the eModels page this morning.
Awesome. So that'll be you putting an order in then, won't it, Ted?
Yeah. So I might just have to wait a little bit and then get my order in and build it in his honour. He'll never, obviously, nobody will ever know about it, but just to have it on the bench, knowing it was for him, and just put it on my shelf.
I got to say, though, you know, we get stressed and we try to figure out where we're going to put our latest build in terms of a display cabinet. If you're collecting the real thing, you must have had a hell of a shelf in the garden.
Yeah, that was some man shed he had.
A very forgiving good lady wife.
Yeah, and there it is. The detail in this is, once again, fantastic. Just heavy recovery. These sort of trucks were the workhorse of the British Army, and as I said, after the war, they went out and did logging work, recovery work, and I think up until not too many years ago, there was actually one of these still doing heavy recovery in the Cumbria area. And yeah, brilliant little things. And they had this fantastic sort of suspension system where just the wheels would go in every direction.
Is it like a double leaf spring on there? I can't quite see. It's like it's got a leaf spring and then another leaf spring.
Yeah, there is a term for it. I can't actually, he did tell me. I can't remember what the term is, but the wheels could go everywhere.
Very clever is the term for it, I think.
Yeah. So that's that one. Yeah. Oops, a bit of an accident there. But yeah,
you're driving it. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Like the wheel, the left and right wheel are kind of. I'm pointing at the camera because I'm pointing at the screen, but the left and right the wheels at the rear are on like a kind of wishbone. I see what I mean. Yeah, they kind of. I understand. I'll shut up.
Yeah. If you Google Scamel Pioneer, I'm sure you'll see some pictures of the articulated. Is that the right word? Suspension. Yeah.
Could be.
But brilliant. Yeah. Yep. So it's really touched my heartstrings, this one, and I think I'll have to get an order into eModels to get this one. Yeah. So that's that one.
I mean, you're saying about them still being around, but logically, at the end of the war, a lot of civilian utility vehicles were ex-army vehicles because there weren't a lot of civilian vehicles around anymore. So.
Yeah, they were everywhere. Yeah. So that's that one. That's the Scamel heavy Pioneer truck. Right, and finally, sprue cutters. Yeah, we just looked at cutting things off sprues.
Zurons.
The Zurons, yeah, high precision scissors. They call them scissors. Yeah, sprue cutters. Brilliant. Last you forever. I don't have a set. Mine are a set of electricians' side cutters. But yeah, if I was ever in the market for some side cutters, Zuron. Stocked by eModels.
Zorons are often compared to God Hand nippers and the Gundam Planet nippers, which are of the three of those different. This one's the God Hand, and the Gundam Planet one's like three of the best snip sets.
Yep.
So yeah, then for £20.66, I need to get some of those actually. I've got some Tamiya sprue cutters, but they're getting a bit old and knackered now, so I might have to get myself some of those.
You don't remember the days when you started your model building and you just used to twist and pull?
Oh God, no! I just used to get a knife, and that's why my desk had hundreds of knife cuts on it. I used to cut things off the sprue with the knife, and then realise that's how things disappear into the carpet monster.
That's it. You just used to twist and pull your bits off. Yeah.
I beg your pardon?
That's what I said. Right. Yeah. Well, thank you. That's what's in the store. Have a look on the eModels website, and if it's not in stock, they won't have it on the site. But if you do, as we usually say, if you do know something that you do want and they haven't got it, a quick contact form to eModels and see if they can get it for you. Yeah, have a look around, and that's what they're tonight.
I have some feedback on our little product showcase. Alan Kelly says, "Oh yes, a Mozzie."
Oh yeah.
The old boy says the reason tanks had thinner tracks on transport rigs is so they didn't overlap the rail car and hit the bridges. Kind of makes sense. Wide things with tanks. TK says planes.
Yeah, we did that for you, and as a special request, we did that for TK. We did an airplane.
Alan Kelly says it is not a bland plane in capitals. TK says fabric is harder to represent than panels stuff. Go build it. What else did we have? Lynn Dipple says hello. She popped in. Hi, Lynn. Carl from Maker Model says he's watching in bed because he's poorly sick.
Alan Kelly.
I said that after too many beers or a kebab. So TK says yes, he wants an eModels mug. Let's have a look.
Alan Kelly says, as a nurse, twist and pull it is standard. Yeah, I've
okay.
nurses like that.
Yeah, I knew a girl like that once.
What Max says, do we get a discount if we say we saw it on your show? You could try. You could try. Yeah, just
nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah, if you don't ask, you don't know. Bunwaz, Broad Hobby Corner says they still don't have Stroop waffles at eModels. Not yet.
We're working on them.
Yeah.
We've got to use phrases like revenue streams, and you've gone out of focus there, Ted. You just put yourself out of focus.
Twisting it the wrong way.
There you go. There we go.
We're back in focus.
Two questions you might know and I don't know. First of all, Tony Black says, I don't know IBG. Are they any good? I've not heard of IBG before. I will be honest and say I'm not familiar with IBG.
No, I haven't myself. But if
I haven't heard anything bad about them.
Yeah, producing. I think if eModels are stocking up, they can't be too bad. They'll get the good stuff in.
Yeah. Enigma Adam from Enigma says, does anyone know of any good M1A1 Abrams tanks? Not the M1A2, but the original M1A1. I know Tamiya did one, so you can never go wrong with Tamiya. But I don't know if they still do it. So
yeah, I think I know
the M1A2. I don't know which one that was.
Is that what Brandon used to drive?
Yeah, I think we've just suddenly.
Yeah, I think that may need a bit of research for you there, Adam.
Maybe that's why he's buying it, Ted.
Oops. Right, well, we're getting towards the end of the hour, and we haven't done our giveaway yet. And I'm trying to think of a question.
Ted. Oh, we did. We came up with a question earlier on.
Did we? I can't remember. Oh, yes, we did.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
It relates to a number and a.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Right. Tonight's giveaway is the eModels mug for scale model enthusiasts.
I'm the glamorous assistant modelling it here for you.
Yeah, we're modelling them. Yep. Remember, if you can't get them, they are on the eModels website. Just say collect in store, and they'll post one out free of charge. However, the question this week is.
Oh, did you turn it off, by the way, so it goes to me when I talk? I forgot.
Yes, I did.
Yes, good. Drum roll.
Drum roll.
Probably really loud.
Right, the question is, the propulsion on a U-boat, the Type 7C U-boat, is how many screws does it have? There we go. Go.
TK says yes. Me.
Chris Williams, there we go. Chris Williams, well done. You're the first one. Correct. 2 screws, main screws,
That's
propellers.
1 screw and another screw. You've gone out of focus again, Ted.
No, I have to keep talking now so I can see which way. There we go.
Ted's webcam made by British Leyland.
Made on a Friday. Yeah, right. The answer, yeah, 2 screws. He's 2 propellers, so 2 of them. Yeah, 1 on each side. Port and starboard propeller. Very manoeuvrable. Thank you very much. If you send your details to me at ted@emodels.co.uk, and I will see the guys at eModels, well, I'll fire them an email and they will get a mug sent off to you.
Chris Williams also says 3.6 million. Wow.
Yeah.
The playground says 2 times more.
Would there be
As in
metric
2 times more shine.
Yeah. There'd be metric screws. Yeah,
Also
metric
says 2 thin coats.
Yeah. Ah, right. Lots of screws, but only 2 tops. Yeah, says Chris. Yeah. Right. Right. Yep, that's it. There's the mug given away and the sticker given away.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Ron Max off to watch Ancient Aliens. Did you know the moon is hollow night, guys? He says. See you, Rob. It's not hollow. It's just full of bubbles, apparently.
Right. Rob. Well, it's on that note, it is 10 o'clock. We have been here for an hour. We've had once again just done a very little amount of modelling stuff. Just more chat.
We don't come on here to talk about models.
We come on here to chat to you guys.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. Have a bit of fun. Pass an hour. And I'm going to go on now. And did we get an answer to what this was? I don't think we did we?
No. Somebody said a water heater, which seems reasonable. And see that bit that's facing the camera now. This bit I'm pointing at it as if you can see me pointing at it because I'm an idiot. But the bit there on your finger, the round, that looks like a front of a boiler.
Yeah, well, that looks like a manhole.
I'm thinking of like Titanic's boilers.
Hatch.
Yeah. In case you want to send someone into the water heater.
If you do know what it is, send your answer on a stamped addressed envelope to ted@emodels.co.uk. We'll work it out. We'll find out what that is next week or for next week, and we'll come back. So so that's that done. And right, I think we're done for the evening.
The Hug Boys has given you a definitive answer. It's part of the 148 U-boat model.
That's right. It's part N6, N7.
Yeah, Rusting Customs. It's part of a model kit. The playground. It's not a Stroop waffle, unfortunately. I wish it was. Yeah, Lynn seems to think it's a hot water. I think it's some kind of...
Yeah, the consensus is it's a hot water heater, but...
Yeah. Unless it's some kind of telescopic housing for the telescopic...
The telescopic thing.
The looking tube and looking tube and seeing Gefahrten with the torpedoes and the shooting. What's it called?
Looking out and tubing. I
was going to say pyramid. Well, it's not a pyramid. It's a periscope. That's it. I don't know why I had the word pyramid in my head.
Kevlar, the weapons embarkation hats. No. If you have a look round, Kev, when you're at work next time, have a look round, see if there's one on our submarines, anything like it.
Yeah. Making models. Carl says divers entrance or exit. Did they have extra? No, they didn't in those days, did they? Periscope Fox. Yes. Yes. Not pyramid. Quick, raise the pyramid.
Oh dear, it's getting worse. It's time we were going.
Yes.
To that stage again. We're just talking
rubbish.
We'll be back again next week, and I've gone out of focus again. Is it?
I know you hiccup there as well.
Camera. Maybe it's me that's going out of focus.
I think maybe you just your thing's a bit loose, and you just need to stick it down so it doesn't. Maybe it turns slowly, and just get a new webcam.
I was thinking, I'll be selling these. Does anyone want to buy 2 webcams, or I'll buy some more?
Trust me, Ted. If that one's got an AOL logo on the front, it's time to get a new webcam.
Right, I think it says Atari.
Atari. Good God. Binatone.
Right. Anyway, folks, it's turned 10 o'clock now. Time to go and get some something to drink and a street waffle, and maybe
shut up! I haven't got street waffles. Oh,
yeah, maybe
keep not
another
having
hour
them.
on the U-boat build before I go to bed.
Mm.
Yeah. So thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for having us along and allowing us onto your monitor screens or your phones or whatever, laptops, iPads, whatever. Thank you for that.
I wonder if anybody actually watches this on the telly. Because you get, like, you know, YouTube apps and stuff in games consoles and TVs.
Well, I think my telly is one of these smart tellies where you can screen share from your computer. It goes straight across to the telly, and you can watch us in a full 62-inch high definition surround sound bevel screen.
So that means, Ted, we've been on the telly.
We've
genuinely been on the telly.
Yeah, they've switched over from Coronation Street to us.
Oh God, thank God for that.
No.
Yeah, soap operas. Don't get me started.
Ah, right.
Alan Kelly says scary on a 50-inch. Knew a girl like that once.
Yeah, I knew a girl like that once, yeah.
Yeah, I beat you to it.
All right, folks. Thank you very much. We're going to go. Yeah. We're going to switch off. We're going to find the stop broadcast button and press it and say thank you.
Take care, folks.
All. Yeah, thank you. And if you have got a little bit of time to spare before you go to bed, nip across to the eModels website. Have a look on there. Have a look at some of the things we've mentioned tonight.
Unburden yourself of money.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there are people are waiting to take your call at the moment. Not really. No.
People willing to take your money in exchange for goods and services. So get some goods going.
Right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all. And we'll see you all again next week. Bye now.
Ciao, Bella.
Right. Do I press the button? Am I pressing the button? Are you pressing the button?
No, you're pressing the button. Rick to grin. Rick to grin. It's like police school.